You know, and that was one thing I think Dwight lacked a little bit was the wrestling. And like we talked about last night, man, for little dudes, little guys, where can you find better wrestling? I mean, other than Henry Cejudo, maybe.
Yeah, I think Dwight making that move to Team Alpha Male is great for him. You know, the one thing that I have about Dwight is I'd like to see him more active. You know, I know a couple of guys that have gone pro about the same time he did that have got 4 fights in the UFC already.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening and is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in a DC catchweight at 140 pounds. Brought to you tonight by Twin J Transportation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for all those watching on Fight TV and for those here in Omaha, Nebraska, are you ready for war? Introducing first, fighting out of the Twin J blue corner. This fire and brimstone style fighter stands 5'8", weighed in 140 pounds. Yields a professional record, 23 wins, 27 defeats, and 1 draw. Representing Barnyard Muay Thai and fighting out of Ankeny, Iowa, Will Schutt. His opponent across the cage, fighting out the Nebraska Lottery red corners, a mixed martial artist standing 5'6", weighed in 140 pounds. Yields a professional record, 10 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 no contest. Representing Team Alpha Male and fighting out of Sacramento, California by way of Monrovia, Liberia, Dwight Jospeh. Referees, Big Fitz.
First off, can we talk about how cool Barnyard Muay Thai is as a name? I want a Barnyard Muay Thai t-shirt.
I'm sure Will can find you one.
Might have to hit Will up. Will's starting strong, man. I watched this dude back there wrapping his own hands. Good takedown from Dwight.
Man, you know, I've seen Dwight fight a lot. If you're Will Schutt, what are you telling them to do?
I will say I've trained with Dwight in the past, and he plays a really conservative ground game, man. He's gotten a little bit more aggressive now, but he is a hard guy to roll, man. He doesn't go for a lot of high-risk maneuvers. He's just going to kind of slowly and methodically get to a dominant position.
I mean, where do you think is the place that Schutt can beat Dwight in this fight?
In a brawl.
Okay.
Like he had it. From my memory of a lot of Will Schutt's fights, he typically did a lot better in the striking game, especially, you know, Dwight did come from a Taekwondo background. People I've seen have success with him more in the past have kind of made it a harder striking fight. Terrence Allman was able to out-wrestle him. I don't think Schutt has that ability tonight.
So if you're Dwight, are you okay in this half guard here? Are you trying to make the movement there? Are you just going to do what you're doing right now and create a little bit of distance and rain down some punches?
A little bit, man. I don't necessarily like passing that direction. He's got his head on the wrong side that I'd want. So I'd be looking to take my head over to the other side and then get that instep in. Now he's kind of looking a little bit better. He does have Ryan Jensen in his corner tonight. Will Schutt came out on his own, so he actually doesn't have a corner. He wrapped his own hands. He's pretty gangster.
Will Schutt out of Ankeny, Iowa.
He's as tough as he looks, man.
I mean, obviously, you know, he's out there in Ankeny, Iowa. Kind of your big names out there that he's, you know, I'm sure he's seen is Jeremy Stevens, Josh Neer, you know, probably guys that he's done some training with.
Might have fought him. Probably fought him at some point. Yeah, you can't have a tattoo on the back of your head and not be a tough fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, right to the back.
Dwight.
Now he flattens. I like this. I kind of, previously tonight, I wish a lot more people would have done this, especially with his feet crossed here. He's going to make it hard to kind of pace back up.
And Dwight won that scramble real well.
Like I said, he keeps super conservative.
Oh. See, there's those elbows we were calling for earlier.
Just ate those clean and kept moving. I like this, though, from Dwight. I want to see more of this. I think this is how he gets to the next level. A little bit more excitement in his style.
Man, Dwight's
underneath that chin, maybe.
He's trying
Yeah,
for it.
he is.
Oh, there you go.
Getting there. See if he goes palm to palm. Schutt's got his other arm. Looking a little red. He's got to pull that hand out. Schutt needs to grab onto that grip like his life depended on it, because it kind of does.
And Dwight has just been dominant. He keeps just moving from position to position here. We talked about this a little bit last night with some of the pros and the chaining things together. You know, not putting yourself in a position where if you're committed to one thing and then if you don't get it, you end up in a negative position. You talked a little bit about it earlier tonight too.
You know, and then props to Schutt because he's getting out of some bad spots. See if he uses his cage. Man, Dwight is heavy on top, especially for 140 pounds. He is hard to move. Oh, good work from Schutt.
Man, Dwight is like glue on him. Schutt created a little bit of distance there, and Dwight was right back in on him, and from his knees took him back to his back.
Dwight's a really smart fighter as far as he doesn't take much risk, so that's why I don't think you see him in tough spots.
So, and we're right back here. We're right back in that half guard there he was working from earlier. Kind of been the story of this fight.
Yep, about one round through. Give this to Dwight. Pretty easy, 10-9.
Absolutely.
Schutt's just looking. He gets to stand up this next round.
So, yeah, there you go. This is my question for you is how do you negate Dwight's, heaviness on top there in this next round? Other than, obviously you want to keep it standing up, right?
Yeah, so if I'm Schutt, man, I'm looking for the
I do find it interesting to see Schutt standing there, kind of coaching himself, talking himself up. This is kind of where you'd have that advantage of having somebody that can bring in a little bit of ice, give you a little pointers on what they're seeing from outside the cage. If you're in Schutt's corner, what do you tell him? All right, Big Fitz ready to start the second round. Ooh, they both exchanged some kicks, some roundhouses there. Ooh. Dwight gets a nice little counter there, followed by the leg kick. These guys both just seem to be fighting on the same playing field right now. They keep throwing the same things at each other at the same time. Oh. Nice head kick. I think Dwight's trying to figure out what Schutt's getting ready to throw here. Throwing, just kind of jabbing out
elbow. That kick is taking some damage to him.
You think so? You think? I just thought he was holding that arm up just to defend that head kick, but
I think he hurt his right elbow. You kind of see he took a little bit. Yeah,
I saw him wince
either
there.
His shoulder or his arm is.
So do you attack that arm?
Maybe his shoulder.
Do you attack that
I'm throwing that hard right kick or that hard left kick. I'm going hard.
I mean, he keeps throwing it. Every time he throws that, he's wincing in pain.
Yeah, man, forget the head kick. Go to the body, right to that elbow.
I like what Dwight's doing, though. He's not selling out for that. He's definitely working the other side of the body, but he knows he's going after that arm now, and he's going after that body. Oh, and Fitz calls the fight. I'm always disappointed to see a fight end in that way from an injury like that. Schutt really tried to fight through it.
A lot of guys would have quit, man.
Yeah.
A lot earlier than that.
And Dwight Dwight saw the weakness, or his corner saw the weakness and just told him to stay after it. It does look like it's his shoulder. I noticed that when he's throwing those big looping hooks, that his shoulder, that he was wincing, and I think it was from throwing the shoulder.
Maybe he was trying to pop his shoulder into place. Throw it back in. Pull the old Jose Canseco, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Jed Jones did that once.
Man, that was, talking about Jed Jones, that was probably one of the nastiest injuries I've seen, was when Brian Houston throwing Jed Jones on his shoulder, and his shoulder pretty much coming through his back. Man, Dwight gets the win. I'm excited to see Dwight out here. I think earlier I was talking about the fact that my one thing about Dwight is I wish he was more active.
I think he did that, and I think that's what he needs to prove to go to the next level. I think this was the fight to showcase
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Big Fitz, calls a stop to the fight. 1 minute, 53 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Dwight Jospeh.
Well, you know, with this fight getting canceled last night at the last minute, I'm glad they were able to get it figured out and get him back out here tonight. I think Dwight needs this fight.
Jospeh. Excellent fight there with Will Schutt, a very, very known veteran. Give us your thoughts on the fight. Anything else you'd like to say out here tonight?
Yeah, man. I didn't expect him to come out so aggressive. I was trying to do more stand-up in the first round, but he came in swinging wild. Tried to keep my cool, took him down. I controlled all the grappling situation. I knew I'd be better there. Second round, I knew he wanted to grapple, so I tried to keep it standing, and I could tell after the first round, he was breathing hard. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna shine right here. So, I just turned it up a little bit. End of the fight. It's been a long week. I wanna thank Dynasty Combat for bringing me out here and working with me. We had a little hiccup yesterday. I couldn't compete. We hung in there until we got everything we needed. I want to thank Will Schutt for sticking around. He's a game opponent. He could have left and went home, and he got his check yesterday, but he stuck around anyway to do this. I'm just happy that I was able to compete. I want to thank everyone back home in Sacramento, my team, Team Alpha Male. Thanks for sticking behind me. Everyone in Lincoln, everyone on the East Coast, everyone watching everywhere, Liberia, everyone, I want to thank you guys, man. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dwight Jospeh, put your hands together. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out here tonight, celebrating Thanksgiving Throwdown with us. Make sure you buckle up, drive safe. We'll catch you next time.